It's Astros versus Giants back in 2020. It's the COVID year, so there are no fans in the stadium. The Astros have the lead here in the 7th inning, and starting pitcher Zack Greinke is still out there. He's at 80 pitches. He has been rolling today, but he's going to get into a little bit of trouble here. So Brandon Crawford leads off with this single. Then Greinke's going to walk Heineman here on 5 pitches. Can't quite find the strike zone, so now it is first and second, no outs. At 90 pitches, this is probably Greinke's last batter, so he'd love to get an out here, but to make matters worse for Greinke, there is now a runner on second base. Now, every pitcher is kind of annoyed when there's a runner on second, but Greinke gets really annoyed when there's a runner on second. So why does Greinke get so annoyed? Well, the runner on second base can look in and see what signs the catcher is laying down, so now the catcher has to go through a really complex set of signs to try to throw the runner off. But Zack Greinke famously likes to work really fast, so he thinks this process takes too long, so we're going to see that frustration here in this at-bat. So Greinke's going to start him off with this fastball here, gets the call, and then he throws just a hair lower for ball 1, and then this curve is hammered just foul, so now it's a 1-2 count. So what are they going to go with here? You can see the catcher Maldonado is patiently running through his signs here, giving Greinke some options, but Greinke just gets frustrated and steps off. We can even see Maldonado's a little frustrated here. He's like, oh, come on, dude, what are we even doing? So Greinke thinks to himself, you know what? This is my last batter. I just need to get this guy out. I got 2 strikes on him. Let's just speed this up a little bit. Greinke's telling everybody what their signs are. That is so funny. And there's no fans in the stadium, so everybody can hear it perfectly clear. So what does he mean there? Well, we don't know for sure, but the simplest explanation is that second sign after 2 means Maldonado will put down a bunch of numbers, and once he flashes a 2, then whatever comes 2 signs after that is the pitch. So it could be more complicated than that, but I know that other teams have used that approach, so that's probably what they're doing here. So either way, now Crawford on second base has a decent chance to know what sign is coming, but he still isn't 100% sure. Obviously, Crawford would have had to hear that. Then he also would have had to know what number each pitch is, and Greinke had 5 to 8 pitches that year, so that is a lot to keep track of. Crawford would have had to then communicate that to the batter, all within the span of a few seconds. So Greinke is still pretty confident that Crawford's not going to be able to figure this out in time, and he is exactly correct. On the very next pitch, Dupont is going to pop that out to right field, and Greinke's going to get the out. Now the Astros are going to the bullpen, and now Greinke's going to have a nice little conversation talking about what just happened with Dusty Baker. He is done for the day. He is really a one-of-a-kind guy.